Manuel Fontaine. I'm the humanitarian director for UNICEF, based in New York, but here in Hatay. The scale of the disaster, the scale of destruction, just to imagine that all of that over kilometers and kilometers and kilometers happened over a minute and a half. And 50,000 lives were just lost like this here and in Northwest Syria at the same time. It's just completely overwhelming. And the sense of where do you start, where do you restart, and for people, where do they restart their lives, more importantly. Well, in a situation like that, because it's so overwhelming, the needs are so huge, it is important to make the best use of every energy and every capacity of everybody, right? This is where coordination becomes so crucial, making sure that everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to do, where their added value is, that we don't see too many partners in one place and then see a whole part of the population completely forgotten. It's that capacity to very rapidly get together, coordinate, agree on who's doing what, agree on the standards on how we do things, and just do it well. This earthquake actually struck into two very different countries. Syria, Northwest Syria, a lot of capacity gaps, not a real structure that authority that actually can coordinate the response. Here, of course, in Turkey, a stronger government and more capacity, but also a totally overwhelming crisis where everybody has to chip in and bring their contribution. So these are different environments. In one, you need to probably take on the coordination more. The other one, here, you need to actually make the coordination, put at the disposal of the authorities and trying to actually bring the response. But in both cases, it's just about acting fast, acting well, getting the right level of information, and make sure we don't duplicate, but we actually make the best use of everybody's energies. Like I'm often saying, colleagues, is coordination, cluster coordination, sector coordination, whatever we call it, is actually the most important that you can actually contribution you can bring to a response like this. Going now to visit some of the informal or formal centers where actually people are accommodated and will be accommodated for a long time. When you see the shape of buildings here, they will be there. The coordination, making sure that in each of the places, the kind of services we need, it's not only water and food and health, but it's also making sure that there are actually grievance mechanisms that people can actually, when they have issues, they're facing issues, they can actually contact someone. So all of that in place, making sure that all of that is in place, that we listen to the people themselves. It's not just about us projecting what we want on them, it's them telling us what they actually want from us. And that comes from coordination. Partners in a situation like that, which is so broad and so wide, all energies are welcome, as long as they're, again, well coordinated and that they're actually well channeled in the right directions. And so, of course, you have all the partners that have come. Some have come very early on to help with search and rescue. Others have come later on to start looking at longer-term accommodation for people. And all those partners in their own specialties are actually extremely important, whether they're doing water, whether they're doing protection, education, and they all get together into something that is coherent and integrated, because that's what life is.